Hi Libra, and welcome to your Love Tarot forecast. This is for April 1st through April 15th, 2019. I'm going to start off by pulling two cards, one for your energy and one for the energy of the person you are involved with, committed to, dating, maybe just meeting or potentially reconciling with. So let's see what comes out for you, Libra. Okay, so we have I hear you. On this side, we got some Gemini energy. Could be dealing with Gemini, doesn't have to be, but this is about communication between you and another person, and either you're really hearing another person's side and point of view, or they're really hearing you. Even if they're not acting like it, they hear you. Over here we have extreme multitasking. So what I get going on in this reading so far is somebody has a really full plate, okay? And the other person isn't feeling like they're being heard or all of those things. They are. It's just somebody has a lot going on at this moment, and that doesn't mean, you know, that they don't want to give more to the relationship, but it's just like they've got a lot going on at this time. And for some of you Libras out there with that extreme multitasking, you might be having a lot of like offers, a lot of interests in you over these next 2 weeks. Very significant. I don't know why there would be this like huge shift, but for some Libras, not all, but for some Libras, you are just going to be bombarded with attention from multiple people, and it might be a bit overwhelming for you. So let's pull some dice and see what else is coming out. Okay, so we have the Page of Swords. That's all about communication. And we have the Ace of Cups, about emotions and love. And we have the Five of Cups. So to me, especially since this is the Page of Swords, this is somebody communicating about, hey, I'm feeling ignored. Hey, I feel like I'm giving you more than you're giving me. Or this could even be, hey, my heart is broke. I miss you. I love you. I want you back. I'm sorry. You know, that type of energy. So let's, and you know, for those of you that are in a relationship and one person is just really busy and multitasking, the other is feeling quite left out and unloved and sad. Oh, okay, so we will have to re-roll this guy. Okay, so we have the King of Swords. That could very much be your energy, Libra. We have the Four of Swords. This is, you know, extreme multitasking and then rest. And now we have the Sun. So what I see going on over here is the person who has the really full plate, it looks to be more like you, Libra, just because the Swords energy is coming out over there. It doesn't have to be, you know, you could be more on this side, but it's just there's a period of rest and recovery coming. This incredible, intense, you know, stress or being pulled in a bunch of different directions, all of that is going to really slow down over these next 2 weeks. And we're going to have some rest, and there's some healing coming in, okay? Those Libras who are getting a lot of attention, it's like you are out in the spotlight. And this to me comes after a long period of maybe silence, where it's like you couldn't be noticed or get a date to save your life, and now all of a sudden it's like this light switch has been turned on and people are noticing you. And you know, it could be some exes coming out of the woodwork too, just with this Five of Cups and this Ace, like Libra, you know, I really screwed up. I want to be with you. I hear everything you're saying. Or Libra, since this is a general reading, it could go the other way, where you are now coming into the realization of somebody that you think you love and you want to be with and you want to talk to and you want to make things right, okay? Because I do see healing taking place as well. So let's pull a chakra dice and see where this connection predominantly exists. Okay, oh, so we got the throat chakra. Definitely going to have some communications, Libra, over these next 2 weeks. Okay, and this is a 6. So these communications may not happen verbally. This may only be, you know, consciously, because the 6 is the third eye chakra. And this is the, you know, throat chakra. So we're having communication. So we're either talking verbally about our soul bond and connection and where it could go, or getting back together, or through our separation, we're having a lot of communication telepathically, okay? We're dreaming about each other. We're still thinking about each other. I hear you. You see these two faces right here? I hear you. Even if we are disconnected, I still hear you. If we're disconnected and we're not reconciling over these next 2 weeks, that's because there's some healing that still needs to take place in one or both, okay? But the connection coming out is all about communication, expressing our heart. And since this rolled on a 6, that's deep stuff. That's soul stuff. That's sharing our hearts and our souls, being totally vulnerable, totally honest with each other. If this is verbal communication, if it's not, even if it is, I still feel like we have that telepathy thing going on. Even in like existing relationships, serious relationships, it looks like we're going to have some conversation just about some imbalances, you know, feeling left out. And it's just, we might decide, okay, let's go on a vacation with each other. Let's spend some time with each other. You know, it got some sadness over here. This is really the only thing that is heavy out of everything that's come out so far is the sadness. But I feel like we can communicate about it and we can work through it because we have the sun here, okay? So let's pull a card to see what the positive energies are predominantly for you guys over the next 2 weeks. Okay, so we have gift, abundance, material increase. So this might be where you are going to be given a gift, Libra, or you're going to gift your sweetheart something, or this could be the apology coming in, wanting to have that, you know, conversation, and it's just a very sweet, lovely conversation. Those Libras that are in committed relationships, this could be where, you know, one of you is getting a raise or a promotion or a bonus of some kind, or a family member's gifting you a large sum of money, helping you out somehow, some way. All right, but this is very positive energy, Libra. Let's pull a card to see potential challenges and distortions other than this 5 of Cups. Okay. So we've got a couple distortions that wanted to fly out. We have hiding or holding back true feelings to prevent conflict or rejection, okay? And then we have dramatic, defensive, unreasonable. So what I get over here is the person who's multitasking and, you know, really busy is kind of treating the other person like they are being dramatic. You know, I've got to do this. There's nothing I can do about it. You've just got to deal with it. Get over it. They're not being the most sensitive about it, okay? And which causes the other side to really hold back how they're feeling, hence the 5 of Cups here. So just keep that in perspective, Libra, that there may be a little bit of miscommunication going on, but if we just like let things rest for like a day or two, we'll be able to come back together and have much better communication, because the Sun is here, there's healing. The Four of Swords is here, there's healing. The King of Swords, we're going to come to a really logical perspective and understanding. It's just right now we might be a bit overwhelmed with everything else going on in our life, okay? Now, for others of you, Libra, those of you who are just kind of dating somebody or interested in somebody, there's this element of like holding back our true heart, because we are really afraid of being rejected, okay? Even people who may want to reconcile with a Libra feel nervous, like maybe Libra will reject me, or Libra, if you're really wanting to reach out to somebody, you're afraid that they will reject you and push you away. But you know, it's all about timing and, you know, healing, how much healing has happened in the relationship and within each other. So let's pull some tarot and gain more insight, Libra. I feel like I need a shuffle too. Sorry. I know people don't like a lot of shuffling, but sometimes Spirit's like, nope, they have all got to be perfect in order. Okay. We have the Nine of Flames, persevere, stamina, tested. We have the Ace of Flames, new or igniting flame. So you have the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands here. We have the Five of Thoughts, argument, defeat, manipulation. We have solo journey, dark night, reflection, soul searching. We have Five of Flames. We have divine feminine of emotion. We have Three of Flames, and lastly, Messenger of Flames. Nice. Okay, lots of fire energy going on in this reading, Libra. What I see here is actually several different scenarios. So where do I want to start first? Okay, so let's start with Libras who are broken up, disconnected, or there's distance in the relationship because of some sort of fight, some sort of power struggle, feeling second best to everything else, anything like that. It's like that's how we kind of start this first 2 weeks off, and there is that sadness here. But again, we worked through that, okay? And to understand each other's side, it is going to take some time. And you know, I'm getting the sense, Libra, either you or somebody you were seeing, dating, it's like came to this decision, this is too intense, this is too much, we need a break. And you guys kind of went your separate ways, and it really broke somebody's heart here. And we've been in confusion, and we've been waiting, you know, for the return, for the reconciliation, because it looks like, you know, for some of you, you've been without this person for quite some time, you know, with Solo Journey coming out, but it's like finally the messages are coming in, stimulating messages or desires revealed. And this is all about communication over these next 2 weeks, Libra. So I feel like any misunderstandings, miscommunications, power struggles, all of those things, it's like there's healing coming to that. And there's all this orange and yellow energy in every single card except for one card. So we have pretty much red, orange, and yellow. That's root, sacral, and solar plexus chakra. To me, root is creating this foundation. Sacral is the divine feminine. Solar plexus is the divine masculine. So I see the alignment of those chakras taking place in these cards for you guys, all right? And I feel like there is some reconciliations because this is new or reigniting flame, and it sits right above a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So some of you, this could be a water sign that you are dealing with. And we've been waiting to clear the air, to have the conversations. We've really had to think about things, and we've come to some really good conclusions. Those of you who are in existing relationships, I feel like there's a fight here going on, but it's like somebody's working too much, or I don't feel like it's you're spending too much time with friends. It's more like other outside obligations, and one partner feeling very left out, very overlooked, lonely. And there's fighting about it. There's power struggle. There's, conflict, but, and we might even not talk to each other for a day or two, but it's like we heal, we move through it. There's going to be good communication that takes place, and a lot of your communication that will be verbalized has already taken place at a soul level since this came out as a 6 when I rolled it, okay? So we're just verbalizing to each other what our souls have already communicated to each other, all right? And I do see some reconciliations here, just because we have solo journey and reigniting flame, and like maybe a little bit of confession here of, hey, I've really been missing you. I've been thinking about you. Also, Libra, for you singles, again, there's attention being directed your way. This could be a new flame. I mean, there's so much passion and fire in your cards. I feel like some of you are going to have some really good love-ins over these next 2 weeks if you get my drift, my God. And it might be like we've been waiting quite some time for this reconciliation, for this hookup, for this conversation. There was some growth that needed to take place. We had to overcome, some battles, some arguments, some fighting, but ultimately, Libra, this is very beautiful. Reconciliations, overcoming obstacles, finally speaking our truth where we've been holding back. And just because we have the 2 5s coming through here, I think we held back to prevent the conflict and the fighting. However, the holding back is what actually created it or made it worse. So now we don't want to hold back anymore. It's like, I just want to say it all, get it all out there, and let's move on from this. Very nice, Libra. Let's pull a couple more cards here. And yeah, with I hear you, and then that couldn't get it out, third eye connection. There is telepathy going on here. No question in my mind about that. So don't think you're crazy if you've been feeling that way, Libra. You guys are definitely communicating on a soul level. Both desiring each other. I don't know what keeps you apart, but man, you guys are hot for each other. That is for sure. And this did come out too. Dramatic, defensive, unreasonable. Somebody could have some really hurt feelings here, and it's just going to take a little bit of time for that to simmer down and heal. But I do see love and reunitement and connection and all of it taking place. It's just we have to communicate and not hold back, not hold anything back. I just feel like the fire is too intense, there's just no way that you can hold back. So we have gratitude coming through, and we have effort. Yep. So back to my original message, where one person is feeling kind of ignored and overlooked because the other person is really, really busy. If you're the one that's really busy, Libra, if you just put in a bit more effort into your partner, believe you me, it's going to go a long way. A lot of passion will be ignited, and they will be so grateful for that little bit of extra effort that you're putting in for them. And vice versa, if you're the one feeling kind of left out because your partner's really busy, if they just put in a bit more effort, your heart would overflow with gratitude. Also, again, Libra, I see some of you getting a lot of attention, like a lot of different people trying to put the effort into you. And you do feel grateful about it, but you're kind of a mixed bag about it. I just think some of these interest in you, you feel it back, but some of them you absolutely do not feel it back. Those of you who are reconciling, it's just you've come to a different understanding, and you both kind of know now that you have this soul bond going on, and the friction and the fighting and the games, it's just not worth it. Like, you're meeting more on an even plane, and you're there's no like distortion through communication anymore. We're being very straightforward, expressing ourselves to our partner in such a way, regardless of what that will cause. Like, we've learned that it's better to just express and say the truth than to hold it in and pretend it's not there. Like, that's definitely a lesson I see has being learned through this process. Let me see what else. Back to you singles. Yeah, if you've been single for a while, there's definitely something being offered coming in for you. Don't hold back. Don't hold your feelings back. And those of you who have the opportunity for a reconciliation, keep nothing locked inside. Do not let one single word go unsaid, okay? Really put it all out there. It is the time for that. Absolutely. Especially when your chakra dice even came out as throat chakra communications. And again, there is that telepathy going on. You're not crazy at all. So, Libra, it looks really fantastic. Overcoming a lot, reconnection, reigniting flame. Somebody's just a little bit busy. But that looks like, again, as I said, that's energy is going to dissipate, and there's going to be a period of recovery and reconnection, and these sad feelings are going to dissipate because you both are truly heard. And no matter what, you guys are communicating at a telepathic level. It's just reiterated all throughout this reading. So anyways, Libra, those are your messages. I'm wishing you all the best. Take care.